Hello, everyone. I'm Laura Lamore from the Millions Meditating Alliance. Thank you for inviting me today to join you to celebrate the equinox and to reflect upon what peace means to me. Peace is not something I find when the world finally becomes quiet. It is something I return to in the midst of noise. Each year in the northern hemisphere where I'm speaking to you from, the spring equinox arrives as a quiet turning, a sacred pause, where light and darkness meet as equals. For a brief moment, the earth remembers balance. And then, almost imperceptibly, the light begins to rise again. For me, peace lives in that moment. Not in perfection, but in the willingness to hold both the light and the dark without losing ourselves. The poet Emily Dickinson once wrote that hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings in the midst of the noise. I imagine that small bird within each of us, much like the returning light of spring, singing softly, even when the winds are strong, even when the sky is uncertain, even when we forget to listen. For me, peace is creating the inner stillness where that song can be heard. It is the breath beneath the thoughts, the presence beneath the urgency, that quiet knowing that even after the longest winter, something within us is already turning toward the light. Peace is not passive. It is a practice, a returning again and again to the center of who we are. And when we choose that, and when we anchor ourselves in that quiet, steady place, something begins to shift, not only within us, but around us. Because peace is not meant to be held alone. It moves through us in how we listen, in how we speak, in how we meet one another, in a world that is still learning how to heal. And perhaps when enough of us tend to that small singing place within, what begins as a whisper becomes something more, a resonance, a remembering, a shared field of possibility. Like the returning light of spring, gentle, steady, unstoppable. Peace to me is not something we wait for. It is something we become. And from that becoming, perhaps, just perhaps, we begin to bloom a more peaceful world for all. Thank you all, and namaste.